Welcome to Movies Recap channel. Today I'll show you a 2013 American adventure comedy drama film directed, co-produced by and starring Ben Stiller and written by Steve Conrad. James Thurber's 1939 short story has been adapted for movie audiences twice. In 1947, Danny Kaye played the eponymous role in a version that stayed very loyal to Thurber's story. This 2013 version, starring Ben Stiller, took more liberties, but took its inspiration from Thurber's original concept. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and enjoy watching. Walter, Ben Stiller, a negatives assets manager at Life magazine. Walter lost his father early and was left with only his mother and a slightly eccentric sister. He has a colorful imagination, one in which he is always taking risks and getting into outrageous adventures. At work and in life, however, he is a mild-mannered doormat, who goes along with the stronger personalities in his life and fulfills his obligations dutifully. Mitty also has a crush on a co-worker named Cheryl Melhoff, Kristen Carol Wig, but never has the nerve to tell her his feelings towards her. The magazine is downsizing and getting ready to produce their last ever print issue. Renowned photographer Sean O'Connell, Sean Penn, has taken a series of photographs for the cover, and sends Walter the gift of a wallet to thank him for his work over the years, along with a negative of the photograph. O'Connell believes negative number 25 captures the quintessence of life and that it should be used for the cover of the magazine's final print issue as it converts to online status. The only problem is, the negative is missing, however, and Walter is forced to stall for time with corporate transition manager Ted Hendricks, Adam Scott, who is handling the downsizing. Meanwhile, Cheryl, Walter's office crush, has an idea that they can use the other negatives as a clue to Sean's current location and track him down. They look at 3 of them, including one of a person's thumb with a unique ring on it, and another of a curved piece of wood. A third picture of a boat leads Mitty to determine that O'Connell is in Greenland. Mitty promptly flies there to find him. Walter arrives in Nuuk, the capital city of Greenland, and meets a local bartender who tells him that Sean has already left by ship. To find him, Mitty would need to go on the postal helicopter that delivers mail to the various towns and outposts along the coast, and the pilot is drunk. Mitty recognizes the pilot's thumb with the unique ring and realizes he is on the right track. He at first declines to fly with the intoxicated pilot, but imagines Cheryl singing Space Oddity, gains a new confidence and boards the helicopter. Nearing the ship, Mitty learns the helicopter cannot land upon it. Misunderstanding the pilot, instead of jumping into a dinghy boat nearing to catch him, Mitty aims for the main vessel and misses and falls in the ocean. He splashes down into ice-cold, shark-infested waters, losing a box of ship-to-shore radio components before being brought aboard. Walter's timing is terrible yet again, as Sean has already left the boat. When the men on the boat give Walter some clementine cake that seems to be identical to the kind Walter's mother makes, Walter notices a travel itinerary on the wrapping of the cake. Sean is headed to Iceland to photograph the volcano Eyjafjallajökull.
Great. What is Eyjafjallajökull?
Eyjafjallajökull.
Excuse me?
Eyjafjallajökull.
In Iceland, Mitty bikes to the volcano, and eventually gets a longboard from 2 Icelandic teenagers, which he uses to get to the local village of Skogar near the volcano. He spots Sean on a little plane flying close to the volcano mouth. As he goes to follow, the volcano erupts, and Walter has no choice but to flee, losing Sean yet again. He returns to New York. For failing to recover the negative, his first failure in a long career with the magazine, Mitty is fired by Hendricks. He learns that Cheryl, who was let go earlier, seems to have reconciled with her estranged husband. He leaves the Icelandic longboard on Cheryl's stoop as a gift for her son, Rich. Despondent, he goes to visit his mother, Shirley MacLaine, and throws the wallet that Sean gave him in the trash. Sitting on his mother's couch, he recognizes that her piano is actually the curved wood in one of Sean's negatives. His mother tells him that she has met Sean before, and that she told him all about it, but as usual Walter was too busy daydreaming about something else to listen to her. Walter tracks Sean down in the Himalayas, photographing a rare snow leopard. When asked about the negative, O'Connell explains that the message on the gift wrapping to look inside was literal. The negative was in the wallet. Unfortunately, Mitty had interpreted this message as a direction to look inside the tissue paper in the box containing the wallet, and it could also be interpreted as referring to the inscription stamped into the leather inside the wallet. When pressed to reveal the image on the negative, O'Connell dismisses the question and joins in a high-altitude football game with some locals. Mitty flies to Los Angeles but is detained by airport security during a misunderstanding, mainly stemming from his having traveled through Yemen to Afghanistan. The only person he knows in Los Angeles is Todd Marr, Patton Oswalt, a customer representative from eHarmony, with whom Walter has been in touch about his dating profile. While helping his mother sell her piano, Mitty recounts his story but mentions he does not have the wallet anymore. His mother says she always keeps his knickknacks and gives him the wallet that she retrieved from the trash. Finding inside the wallet a small manila envelope the size of a single frame 35mm negative, an emboldened Mitty delivers it to Life magazine, tells management that it was the photograph O'Connell wanted for the final issue, and berates Hendricks for disrespecting the staff that made the magazine so honored before walking away from the office, humiliating him in front of his recently hired staff. Mitty reunites with Cheryl, emboldens himself enough to tell her outright that he has been thinking about and inspired by her, and learns that Cheryl's ex-husband was only at her house to repair the refrigerator. Mitty tells Cheryl of his adventures and admits that he still does not know what negative number 25 shows. Mitty and Cheryl see the final issue of Life at a newsstand, with its cover dedicated to the staff. It is accompanied by the photograph from negative number 25, showing Mitty sitting outside of the Life building, examining a contact sheet. Mitty and Cheryl continue their walk down the street holding hands.